guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my first look for the 2015 holiday season, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I think that it would be perfect for any holiday party that you plan on attending, and I am obsessed with the color that I put all over my lids. It is a Colourpop shadow. It just looks like this right here, and it is in the shade Meet Up. It's a gorgeous pink shade, but there are a couple different colors of pink kind of mixed into each other. A slightly darker and a slightly more baby pink. They're kind of mixed into each other and just, oh my gosh, it looks absolutely stunning on the lids. And then I mixed it in with a couple of the shadows in the holiday palette from Makeup Forever. I am a huge fan of Makeup Forever, and this is actually my first time ever playing with any of their eyeshadows, and I am very impressed. They are so creamy, very blendable, and so pigmented. It's actually a little bit ridiculous how pigmented these shadows are, and I like that when you're blending them out, they don't sheer out too much. They really kind of keep their color intensity where you place down the color, which is really great because then you don't have to keep on building up the color as you're blending. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to see how I created this holiday makeup look, then please keep watching. Alrighty, so I already have my foundation and concealer on. I use the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I also set everything with powder, and my eyes are primed. So the first thing I am doing is just setting my base of my eyeshadow, which is basically just concealer, with Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean eyeshadow. The next thing I am doing is mixing Peach Smoothie and Creme Brulee, both also by Makeup Geek, and I'm placing that into my crease with my Sigma E40 brush, and I'm just going to be blending this back and forth. I really want to make sure that I am building this color up in the background and that I am taking it all the way from the outer corner into the inner corner, and make sure that you get it high enough up so that you can see it peeking behind the other shadows that we are going to be putting down next. The next shade that I am going to be taking is by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Sienna, and I'm taking that on the exact same blending brush, and I am just going to be building this color on top of the other two that we put down, just because I want a lot of warmth peeking out in the background of the eyeshadow that we are going to be putting all over the lid. Next, I'm going back in with Vanilla Bean on a clean blending brush just to buff out the edges because I don't want any choppiness or harsh lines, so that is what I am doing here. Now I am going in with MAC Cosmetics Folie eyeshadow, and it's just a deep brown shade, and I'm taking that on this smaller blending brush from an Anastasia palette, and I'm just going to be placing this a little bit lower down into the crease, more directly into the eye crease, and I'm going to also take the color in the inner corner. I want to add some deepness and darkness on the inner corner, and I'm going to be taking it on the lid on the outer corner of the eye as well, because I want to start deepening up that area. MAC eyeshadows are actually not my favorite formula. I find them to be a little bit difficult to blend out. So after sitting here trying to blend it out and make it seamless for a couple of minutes, I decided to go ahead and pick up Peach Smoothie and Creme Brulee again and help blend out that color. So that is what I am doing here. I'm just going over that deeper brown with those lighter shades to help blend it out. And it did help a bit, but it is not as smooth as I wish it could have been. Now I'm going back in with Sienna, and I'm going to be blending over top that again because I felt like we lost a little bit of the warmth during all of that blending. And again, I'm just going over those edges with a clean blending brush and a little bit of Vanilla Bean. Next, it's time for the star of the show. This is one of the Colourpop Cosmetics tie-dye eyeshadows in the shade Meet Up, and I am using that on a Zoeva 234 Luxie Smoky Shader brush. This brush is amazing for these Colourpop eyeshadows. It really picks up a ton of product, and it is great at packing it on the lid. I really love the effect of this eyeshadow, but I did find that I had a little bit of fallout while I was applying it, which is weird because the formula and the texture, if you have ever used a Colourpop product, you know it's a little bit more of a cream without being a cream. But I think the reason I was getting fallout is because there are larger chunks of glitter in this eyeshadow. Next, I'm going into my Makeup Forever palette and I'm taking the shade S2.8 on a small domed brush and I'm taking it directly into the crease, but I'm only taking it halfway onto my eye, but I'm keeping it also right on the outer corner. I'm bringing it a little bit down on the outer corner of the eye. I'm creating a bit of a V, creating a little bit of darkness just on the outer corner, and I'm keeping the blending right where I place those shadows. And then I'm going to be taking the shade D830 on the same brush, a little bit lower and a little bit more concentrated right in the outer corner. I'm not bringing it so far into the center of the lid in that crease area. I'm keeping it very, very precisely in the outer V. And I'm bringing it a little bit on the eyelid as well. After all that blending, I want to make sure that the color intensity on the lid is still really intense. So I'm just going to pack a little bit more of that shade on top, and then I'm going to blend that same S2.8 shade on the same dome brush just on my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up another shade in the palette, and the color is S102. It's a beautiful silver taupey shade, and I'm taking that on a Makeup Geek pencil brush and I'm putting it on the inner half of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to be taking the shade ME122 on more of a pointy pencil brush, and I'm taking that on my inner corner to highlight them like crazy. Now you can go ahead and take any black eyeliner that you have in your collection and just tightline your waterline on the upper and the lower lash line. So that is what I am doing here. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on the rest of my face. So I already have some foundation on today. I don't know if I already said, but I'm using the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. And now I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. I'm using that in the shade 30L, I believe is L or M, I can't remember. But I'm just bringing that down my neck as well. And now I'm going in with MAC Gold Deposit, and I'm using this kind of like a blush. I'm just putting this from the apples of my cheeks and I am blending it backwards right on top of my bronzer. And then I'm going to go ahead and highlight. And the highlighter that I am going to be using today is by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Starlight. And I'm taking that on a Smashbox fan brush and I'm hitting the tops of my cheekbones like crazy. I feel like especially in the holiday season, you should be highlighted like a crazy person and it'll just be socially acceptable, even though I highlight all the time like crazy every single day. But now I'm just going to be curling my eyelashes and I'm going to be applying a few coats of mascara. This one is the Giorgio Armani mascara. I think it's the Eyes to Kill one, and it just does an incredible job at really plumping my lashes and making them look fuller and longer and just amazing. It does a great job. They really look like false lashes. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my L'Oreal Telescopic and put that on my lower lashes, just because it's harder to get on my lower lashes with a fatter mascara wand, and this one is nice and thin. Now I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with MAC's Whirl lip liner. I didn't have one in a berry shade, so I'm just using this one because it is pretty close to my natural lip color. And then I'm going in with this Smashbox lipstick. It is in the shade Be Legendary, and it is almost an exact dupe for MAC's Rebel. It's just a little bit lighter, but I feel like if you use a dark lip liner underneath it, you can kind of mimic that shade. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set my face with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist Setting Spray, and that is it. Okay, so that is it for today's tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And if you did like it, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.